What's going on, everybody? Happy October, happy fall. Welcome back to the CBK podcast. I'm Seven, joined with my identical twin, partner in crime, Niner. What's shaking?
Dude, we're just living the dream over here, man. We're good. We're rocking a Dunkin' Donut jumpsuit right now from the Affleck commercial during the Super Bowl last year. It's super hot, so love it.
That one reel you made with that needs to go viral. We need the fans to do their thing.
That would be great. I would appreciate it for sure.
How's the trying to get Instagram famous thing going for you? I remember that was a thing for you.
Yeah, so on paternity leave, took 6 weeks off for the little guy, and I had this lofty goal to be a Instagram influencer. Created one video, actually two. I had a second video that was pretty funny. But yeah, no, hasn't gone well at all. And that's okay though. We're still trying. We haven't given up on the dream though.
Hey, you can't accomplish a dream if you don't have it, right? So let's start there. I think while we're talking social media, it's a good time to just plug for all our listeners. If anyone has free time, some interest in social media, and is willing to work for free and maybe some free, like I could give maybe a box of golf balls out a month. We need help with our social media. We need to get this thing going. So any offers out there for folks interested, slide into my DMs.
Or mine. Tysny9 at _CBK on Twitter. CBK Pod on Instagram. Shout us out. Connect.
Has anyone ever slid into your DMs that like don't count like the Russian porn star bots or anything like that? But like, have you ever had someone actually slide into your DMs before?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Do you think it's cool or do you think it's overhyped?
I think it would be really cool. I would be flattered. I'm obviously happily married now, so obviously
for sure
that's not what I'm talking about. But when I was 20, in college, would have been great to get some love by someone, on the U of A campus who was like, "What's up?" But
saw you
that never happened.
The quad.
That's
looking
right.
fire with those cargo shorts on. Right.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad look. I think I cut out the cargo shorts after freshman year, but yeah, we were holding on to those a little bit too much. So
I wish cargo pants shorts got a little bit more love. I'm a big pockets guy, so I love having that bottom pocket. It also, hypothetically, if you chew or do Zen, the pocket doesn't sit against your quad, so it kind of can blend in. Shout out our high school security guards who wore cargo shorts just so they could either Skull Apple and Kodiak.
I don't know the stories you have about our high school security guards. I don't think we can even share them on this podcast. Like
and Miss Peterson listens. Should be mortifying.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Miss Peterson. We love you, but we can't share those stories. What also is going on in my world is I just got back. Cole actually was sorry?
Rats. I just was commenting on things.
Yeah. Definitely. I just had my men's league basketball game. I know we touched on that a couple weeks ago. I had my men's league basketball game. Another L for the boys. Lost double digits. Cole was there in attendance, and
shout out Cole.
Cole is a great fan. Just really cheering us on. We lost by 15, so he didn't really help us that much. Actually, we'll blame Cole for the loss. I think that's perfect.
What about the first 3 games of the season? Because aren't you guys 0-4?
Yeah, I wasn't at 2 of those. I was at the other one. I am 0-2 personally, but the whole team is 0-4, which is unfortunate in many ways. So,
do you think you being there the first 2 games would have made a difference?
No.
Okay. I just want
cardio is pretty bad right now. Cole and I were talking before, and he's like, "Hey, keep your stats in your brain, and then I'll keep your stats, and we'll see." So I think I probably had like 6 points, couple assists, couple rebounds, couple steals.
You have to put real numbers on it. Couple's giving you an out.
2 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. That's my guess here. But Cole, fact check me here. What I have?
Tracking steals,
dude. Check this out.
Check
out Cole.
Look at this. So,
no way.
6 points. You were right. 6 rebounds.
I only hit 2 threes.
Yeah.
2 for 8 from 3 is rancid stat line. He even got a profile picture out there and has my number.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Well,
Cool.
he just left weight blank. Like,
Yeah, no, I actually really appreciate that.
I did that on purpose. Yeah.
No, thank you so much.
No, I got
It
you.
could be 10 pounds different next week. So why lock that in?
Right. Exactly.
We're not talking just up. You could lose 10 pounds. Positivity.
Exactly.
What's this EFF stat?
Dude, it just kept changing whenever I would add stats. I don't really know what it means. I think it's like a efficiency rating or something, but
Oh, that feels bad.
Yo,
I
what's your
think it might
guys'
be.
team name?
I just that was
Fall Gods?
that's a long story.
Wait.
Oh,
If it's a long story, why are you putting that for me? Like I need to be in. I'm on the
it was
team.
because it was so my roommate Josh is on your team, and he started watching a lot of NFL football because he lives with a bunch of NFL fans, and he started to get into it a little more, and so he started coming up with random stupid names for different teams, and the Falcons, he started calling them Falgets because it sounds like so. And then he would call the Jaguars the Jaggets. So yeah,
Yep.
I just put it there because I think.
No,
that made his player
I love
profiles.
that. I will say I was attacking the boards though.
Yeah, I'm impressed by that number. That jumped off the stat sheet there. Brian.
We have a lot of good players on this team, so I was trying to make it a point of just playing my role, sit in the corner, chucking up threes. They kept passing me.
Fucking 8 3.
Well, 2 of them were in garbage time. 2 of them were in garbage time. We were down like 11. I was trying to.
One of them, you like got a 6 steal after they called a foul on Brett for getting a steal, and then you stole the ball and then just shot one up, like you were feeling it a little.
Bricked.
Yeah,
bricked. So
dude, that's a 20-minute running clock, and Homeboy still gets 8 threes after he just said it's a great team.
No. We have a lot of good players who are like attacking the rim and stuff. So I just sit in the corner. They pass it to me. Like, ask Cole. Cole, did I create a lot of threes, or were they just like I'm open and I just chuck them?
You're all sharing the ball for sure. I mean,
yeah,
you and Josh passing back and forth backcourt and just kind of dishing it to Elijah, that kind of thing. So,
yeah. So rough night for the boys. Having my
Steph Curry averages 9 threes a game in his career. That's in 4 15-minute quarters. He's the greatest shooter of all time, and he shoots 1.
That's incredible. What a stat.
Oh, dude. All right. We need this every week, Cole.
Bet.
This is the best thing I've ever seen, ever.
The fact that he's got my headshot on there is just
my gosh,
incredible.
I did what the app gave me. So,
dude, post that to our socials. That is
you killed it. Thank you, Cole, for
yes, sir.
Highlight. Oh man, but
tired day.
But thank you, Cole, for that. So yeah, that's what's going on now. 7, do you want to jump into the weekend recap?
Dude, that was a horrid weekend. I think we could skip it. That weekend fucking sucked. The Padres, we can just talk about them real quick, just crushed our heart. I canceled all my meetings in Boise last week on Wednesday, took a layover back in Phoenix, got to San Diego to be with the boys, thinking if I'm going to watch us clinch a series against the Dodgers, like I'm watching it in person. Had to be there. They scored 0 runs in that game and the following game. And then we roll it into Saturday and just get bent over by the Mormons, which is tough. Like that, those things usually don't happen in the same sentence, but they bent us over. We're so bad. So yeah, it was a shit weekend. Shout out the wife though for giving me space Saturday afternoon. Weekends are pretty tough with two toddlers. She gave me a couple hours to just sit in agony on the couch and didn't question it. Wasn't like, what do you do? It was a beautiful thing and I appreciated it, but it was a horrible weekend. How was your weekend?
Similar. Friday night was Friday night going into game 5, I still had hope. I was like, all right, the Padres are still the Padres. We are just as good, if not better than the Dodgers. There's no way we lay another egg. We did. You Darvish threw a gem for Peter Seidler. He threw a gem. You let up 2 runs in 6 1/3 inning. against the Dodgers. I mean, in Game 5 of a division series, you can't really ask much. Those two were both solo home runs, so that sucked. And then the BYU game, I didn't think that we were going to win necessarily, but the way that this team is just coached right now is just I'm baffled by it. Our defense, I will say, I know they let up 41 points or whatever, but I don't think that does them justice because they look pretty good. They kept us in the game. I thought we had a shot, but our offense is our offense is so vanilla. There's not a lot of creativity there, and it's just it's agonizing. So anyway, it was a horrible weekend as well. Outside of our teams, yeah, please.
You said going into Game 5, Padres, that you were like the Padres are still the Padres. You were right. You were 100% right. They still are the Padres, and they shit the bed. Like they hadn't been shut out in 2 straight games. I don't know, since April. Like we come to do it when Shohei Ohtani doesn't do shit. We're playing in a hitter's ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. So that was just
and we were matched up against the pitcher that we took advantage of multiple times throughout the year. Like we Yamamoto, what was his name?
Yeah, close.
Yeah, close. And he shut us down. It was just really, really frustrating. But it was so Padres in terms of like the
legacy,
the franchise, the legacy, everything. It was just on brand. So
and for people out there that don't feel bad for us already, and there's a lot of listeners that probably fall into this camp, but being from San Diego, growing up a U of A family and sports fans, let's just break this down. Our basketball school hasn't made a Final Four since 2001. Football, we've had 7 coaches in 20 years. We've won 10 games twice in the last 20 years. And our NFL team just fucking left for our biggest arch rival. And this is my biggest thing. And when I tell people why I won't root for the Chargers. Friday night, we lose to the Dodgers, our arch nemesis. If you're a Pod San Diegan, you love the Pods and you hate the Dodgers. And then you're telling me on Sunday you're just going to put on a shirt that says Los Angeles on it 2 days after? Get out of here.
Can't do it.
So that's we're Arizona agony, Padres agony, and then like abandonment. Like we're broken.
And on the Chargers one real quick, they leave us. They've sucked, which has been fun for the last couple of years. Come back around to 2024, they might be kind of good. Which is just another kick in the dick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
and the ex-USD coach who was awesome in our childhood, and Johnson and all those teams, he's now the coach, and they're in fucking LA renting a stadium.
Yep. So our life as sports fans is terrible. Creating this podcast, I think, was mostly just so you guys could all laugh at us in our agony.
We're a joke.
We're a joke.
No.
On the highlight of my weekend was Arizona got a 5-star basketball recruit that'll be there 1 year and won't do us any good, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
he looks pretty good.
And another European that doesn't understand the magnitude of March and that won't give a shit in March.
Well, let's debate this real quick. I know it's football season. He is playing at Brewster Academy right now, so he's at least. I do. I like that he's at least playing high school American basketball.
Who? So he's a 5-star. So next year he should be one of our top 2 players.
Starter. Yep.
Starter. What team? NCAA team has won a national championship ever with one of their best 2 players not being from America.
So that's a great point. I think we saved that
Isn't
one.
that the whole point to win a national championship?
No, it is the whole point. You're right.
I just need one championship in my life, 9.
Yeah.
One.
I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
We were 3.5 in 97 when we won it?
I don't even count that one.
Well, I know. I don't remember it.
No, yeah, I don't count that one. So life is awesome over here for the Snyder twins. We are just we're flying really high, doing a lot of great things. Our sports teams are doing a lot of great things. So yeah, things are great. I will say outside of our team sucking, I did have a great Saturday. The wife was awesome. She gave me space as well to just watch ball all day because the lineup was amazing. Watched that Oregon-Ohio State game at a buddy's house. That was an awesome game. Really, really fun, electric game. And then the slate was awesome. Loved watching Iowa beat down Washington. That was fun. Yeah, so it was a fun. Sorry.
Beat down.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like UW ain't ready for Big Ten football. If that wasn't clear, so that was fun. I enjoyed that. And then I also enjoyed Jed Fish this week complaining about NIL when he left Arizona to go chase Washington, which has probably top 10, top 20 NIL, and now he's complaining about it. I just think it's glorious because he's such a yeah. That's just Jed Fish for you. So
Jed being Jed, always be selling.
Yep.
And if you never stay at a job longer than 3 years, it's easy to forget.
Yep.
So he's smart. He knows himself. He knows he's a snake.
Mhm.
So respect to him, honestly.
Yeah. And then last week, do want to just follow up on our locks of the week from last week. I don't know how you did, Jason. Maybe you can share with everybody how you did.
Really?
I went 2 for 3. If everyone remembers from last week, I had 3 locks of the week were all money line plays, underdog money line plays. I went 2 for 3. ASU money line against Utah, check. LSU money line against Ole Miss, check. The one I missed, USC money line against Penn State. They blew it. I was close to going 3-3. So had a really good weekend betting wise.
Ball knower. Niner knows ball.
Niners been having a good gambling season, boys and girls. So it's been fun. Been a lot of fun.
Huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
been a lot of fun. How do you do on your?
0-3.
Oh, okay.
Washington plus 2.5. Nope. Oklahoma plus 14. Absolutely not. Stanford plus 23.5. Absolutely not. A little recency bias with the last two. Also, I thought Washington would just out athletic Iowa, similar to how like Ohio State out athletics Iowa, and Washington just isn't that athletic.
And they're not that good.
So glorious.
I will say, I'll give you this credit. When you made those 3 picks, I think for the Stanford and what was the second one?
Oklahoma. They were both close in the first half.
Well, for both those games, if you re-listen to the podcast, you were both like, I hate these.
Yeah, I do. I did.
You should listen to your gut.
Yeah. Dude, that's such a – yeah, I don't listen to my gut. It never works out when you listen to your gut. So it's kind of rolling the dice.
It would have worked out.
Yeah, I guess then it would have. But, no, it was an electric weekend. I mean, Oregon's a wagon. Bama should have lost again.
Yep.
Tennessee lost, right?
Did Tennessee lose?
Was that the week before?
I don't think they lost. They lost the week before.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's all one song.
Yeah,
just a lot of good ball, a lot of fun. I did turn the U of A game off at halftime, and then I put on a Netflix show for like an hour and a half just to disconnect from sports. It was more of a mental check, and felt good as an adult to be able to separate myself. And I had action too, and I just said I'm going to let the action ride because we just need a break. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but
good.
Fun. We're in the heart. We're in the heart, man. And looking forward to next week or this upcoming week. Like, I wrote this down looking at the schedule. We're in the thick of, air quotes, new conferences are weird because there's some weird matchups. NC State at Cal. Just, like, have they ever played before in football?
I have no idea.
NC State versus Cal. Let's see. Well, this USC weird. UCF Iowa State. I know that's second year, and then SMU Stanford.
Yep.
NC State Cal have never played in football before, ever.
That's that is weird. I like how you're looking at that because we have talked so much about the conference realignment and what it's going to look like, and now as it plays out, like even watching Washington play at Iowa last week was super weird.
So weird.
So and even I know we play CU, so that's kind of not as weird, but like we play UCF coming up soon. We play West Virginia. We play Houston. There is still some kind of just uniqueness in all of this that we have to get used to. We have to get used to it.
Yeah. I'm on game 3 that I mentioned. USC and Maryland have never played each other. UCF, Iowa State have never played each other. SMU, Stanford is the last one. I bet
They've
they
definitely played.
Yeah, two private, preppy, politically just powerhouses. If you ever want to go just look up notable alumni, go look up SMU and the Congress people, and it's pretty insane for a school that has like 6,000 people.
It is crazy. Yeah, and I think you mentioned politically, but talk about political opposites. Stanford in the Bay versus SMU private school in Dallas. You got to think that they're on the opposite sides of the aisle.
They've played once, 9. When do you think it was?
I'm going to go like 2016.
1936.
Nice. That's awesome.
Stanford won 7-0.
Yes. I'm surprised they made their extra point. I always feel like it's 6-0 in those old school game matchups. Like they don't make the extra points.
Stanford's riding a one game hot streak. We'll see this weekend if they're able to keep up the win streak against the Mustangs in Dallas.
I love that. I love that.
That is just a funny game, man. Funny game.
Yep.
Well,
it's a funny game. It is indeed. When I think of Week 8 preview, I think it's only right to start in the game that just wrapped up tonight. Florida International at UTEP. You got a 2-4 FIU versus an 0-6 UTEP team. Going into this game, I did a lot of research and I said, there's no way UTEP could go 0-7. So I threw a couple units on UTEP money line plus 200 odds. That game just wrapped up. UTEP winner, boys and girls. UTEP winner. Starting the week on a high. Let's go,
bro. That's a Wednesday night hit. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm hating I didn't get a little action from a text message. However, every time we ride together, we lose.
We lose. No, I couldn't tell you.
So with that in mind, because we are together, we've been together since, for all of 9 minutes in our life, right? That was the best 9 minutes of my life.
Well, wait a second. That doesn't make sense because I was still alive just inside a womb.
Yeah, just having all the attention on me outside of the womb for 9 minutes is 9 minutes I'll never forget.
After experiencing labor 6 months ago, the attention wasn't all on you. Half the room was on you. Half the room was on me. That's 100% how it worked.
But you were still, yeah.
You're saying they got you out and they're like, sweet, everyone go care for this baby.
Well, at least my father, I had imagined, was holding me 2-1 at that time. I got undivided attention from my dad for 9 minutes, and that's something I've never experienced.
Oh, you never, right?
No,
right.
No.
So you want to talk about your daddy issues right now? Let's actually let's go to that segment, daddy issues segment.
Daddy issues, presented by Old Spice. Smell good today, daddy edition.
I was going to say by Planned Parenthood, but that felt maybe too far.
Yeah. The daddy issues stumped me. It's hard to do there. Yeah, I don't know. Most of my focus outside of my hobby is Arizona sports.
Right.
And that was from my father, and most of it ends up miserable.
Right.
So maybe that's probably the root of the daddy issues, but I'll never change. My wife has been trying to get me to not force my 2 sons to be Arizona fans because she's not a big sports gal. So she doesn't understand. She says this all the time. It's hilarious. She's like, why don't you just pick a good team? That's how her brain. She's like, just root for Georgia. Just root for the Chiefs. I wish I had it in me to do it. But all that goes back to we've never won together. Do I need to take one for the team and dig my heels in on the opposite side of you to give us a chance? And then I just am paying for life. I just want some of us to experience something good. So if I have to take one for the team and
what does that look like?
Like a school up north, just lean into that. And then Zona. I don't want to. It's the last thing I want to do. But
what if you pick CU or something?
I just can't pick. I
Can't
think
go school
if I would have gone to like a big school, I don't think I would have been able to root for that school harder than Arizona. It was ingrained. You used to always say, like, I hate that these kids like wear Michigan jerseys at U of A or like Texas jersey or like.
If I went to Michigan, I don't think I would be rooting for Arizona over Michigan. I think I would be rooting for my alma mater.
Yeah, no, that's true. I guess in my mind, the schools that would be better and never would have gone there or gotten in, like I would have never.
So this is a hot debate on the internet right now. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, but people kind of giving shade and going back and forth debating, can you be a real fan if you didn't go to a school or you don't really have a close tie? Maybe you didn't go to the school, but you have a close tie. A dad went there, whatever. They went. Did you see that Old Row? I think it was an Old Row video. They went around the UT game this past weekend. They were asking folks and there's been a lot of debate. I've always had a firm stance that if you don't have like a close tie to it or you didn't go there, it's kind of weak, especially if you went to another Power 4 school, to be like, oh yeah, I went to North Carolina State, but I'm actually I'm a Clemson fan because they're better. Like that's weak to me.
Yeah,
weak.
I agree. I think there are some exceptions. Like if you grew up in Alaska, fucking free reign. Like what else are you gonna do? Or like South Dakota, like there's some spots in this great country where you're in no man's land,
right?
For most stuff, it's like, okay, I get it, but there's also like 10 people living there, so that's a minority, right? So that's not going to drive my whole opinion. But yeah, it's interesting. I've seen them do that at Duke basketball games too. That's a funny one.
Well, Duke is a great example for basketball. Like any Duke fan has no ties. Like most 80% has no ties.
You can root for them and be like, hey, I just like them and I'm going to root for them. But like being a diehard.
But I think it's more nuanced than that. Like if you're a diehard, if you're rooting for them, but you went to college somewhere with a basketball team.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Cheer for Colorado State. Cheer for NAU. If they suck, they suck. But stop being a Duke bandwagon just because they've been good. I hate it. It bothers me. But just me.
Yeah. Go go learn an instrument. Just don't do sports.
Go learn an instrument. That's phenomenal. So yeah. But what games are you looking forward to watching this weekend, Seven?
I mean, there's some obvious ones I think that jump off the page. Texas, Georgia's electric.
Sure.
Pretty excited for that one. I think there's some underrated games. Sneaky good morning slate as well. Agreed. Miami, Louisville at 9 a.m. Louisville ain't bad. And Miami's played every game close. Like they're two questionable calls away from being 4-2.
Yep.
And ranked 25th maybe. So that's one I'm excited about. Nebraska, IU, Indiana is going to be good. 9 a.m. Yep. IU might be for real.
Agreed.
Nebraska, yeah, that coach knows what he's doing, dude. ASU playing at 9 a.m. versus Cincinnati is just hilarious and just part of conference realignment where they're playing an East Coast time zone in Cincinnati. Like that's just hilarious. Alabama, Tennessee. I mean, I'm excited for a lot of stuff. I think the morning slate definitely jumps off the page and is excited. Obviously, that's probably set up by knowing that they want all the eyes on the 4:30 game.
Yeah,
at Georgia, Texas. But most excited for this weekend is that Nine's coming into town.
Let's go.
And, we're mobbing to the U of A CU game for homecoming with our cousin Tuck and our boy Jimmy. So that's gonna be fun, man.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. What are you thinking about the game? You feeling good about it? You think we got a shot? Where are you at mentally with this game?
I saw Shear tweeted like an hour ago that we might be out both starting corners, 2 of the 3 safeties. Don't love that. I think it's going to be close. I think I said this last week. I don't know. I'm not a huge what's Sanders? Shador. I know he's good. I think he takes way too many sacks that he could get out of or throw the ball away. and I think that our defense is good enough, and Akina's good enough. Akina just gets better. We ripped on him early in the year. Our offense is just so bad that I don't really have high expectations, but sold out. People come to see Dion. It's a 1:00 kick. I think Arizona Stadium's better in the day for a crowd than night because people are just peaking on their drunkenness rather than 8 p.m. Everyone's been drinking since 10 a.m. So it's tough to, I mean, I know you're close to Mexico, but there's only so much stuff to throw in your system to last that long. And when it's a shit team, it's tough to want to stay around. So there's my rant. What about you?
I think we lose. With the injuries on defense, I think we're going to have a hard time stopping Shador. I think we'll be able to get pressure. Like, I think our D-line has actually been pretty good this year. I think we'll be able to get some pressure on Shador's face. To your point, like, Shador takes a lot of sacks. I just don't think the offense is going to be able to do much. Like, there's no creativity. I know we were hyping up Matt Atkins a couple weeks ago, but he obviously hasn't been much different than Dino. So I just don't have a lot of faith in this team right now. And it's mostly the coaching staff. Like, even you say the injuries. Yeah, sure, those suck. I have faith in Akina to put the defense in the right spot to make plays. I have no faith, though, in the offense to stick to any sort of game plan, and they have no identity. Like, Brent Brennan's been talking about it. He's like, yeah, we're still trying to figure out our identity. Matt Atkins got on there the other day and was like, it's still year one of the offense. We're all figuring it out. My rant right now is that offensive coordinators come in new all the time and have success.
Yeah.
At any level. Indiana, whole new staff. They're putting up 50 a game, it seems like.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the Washington staff before Jed was there, Grubb came in, they were putting up 40 a game. Like, just admit you don't know what you're doing. I know you're not going to do that, but you just don't know what you're doing. Stop making excuses behind a new offense. We're all figuring it out. Bothers me.
It's such an excuse because I'm not a fan of the play design. I've mentioned before, I don't like how they changed like our run blocking scheme when we had, coming into the season 4 of our 5 returning. Still have 3 from last year. I think Rhino's good. But, like, why change that stuff? That stuff's not going to change. The problem isn't there. We have plays that get yards, and, like, yards per rush are actually pretty good. Larry, yards per carry. Like, the problem is the play calling, which is all coach. Like, we're predictable. And I think Atkins has just now spent too much time with Dino, and he's starting to turn into Dino. I think he had the benefit of only being at the helm for like 3 days before calling plays, and he had less Dino bullshit in his brain. Or maybe it might be Brent, but something changed because there's no creativity. We run on rundowns, we pass on pass downs. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. And we have horrid negative plays. I mean, the turnovers by Fafita are crazy. I just don't – it should be a case study in a doctorate of football program of how good he looked and how little he turned the ball over last year versus this year. But it's the play call. Every play call is 4 verts. There's the quick throws are horribly designed screens to the short side of the field or with Patterson blocking. He's 5'2", and he's like our lead blocker, and a corner just runs him over. Like it just is bad from a play calling perspective, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The play calling is just it's not creative. We don't know how to get the ball into guys' hands in space. And then Fafita now feels like he needs to do everything. And that's the problem. Like, he looks like a completely different quarterback. There were some plays where it's like, dude, just take the underneath throw. And he did that last year. And I think that's coaching. I think the last year's staff helped him kind of say, you don't need to go get 40 yards every play. And this year, it's like, I need to get 40 yards every play. I don't understand it. It's a coaching problem. Like, I don't blame Noah Fafita. I think that it's really scary to me when I know we're talking this week. It's really scary to me what's going to happen in the future, because we've talked about it, but Brent Brennan's not going to have a roster like this ever again. He's not recruiting at a high level right now. why would he, right? Like, we don't have the NIL to compete, and nor is the staff. If you don't have the NIL to compete, you have to at least show the staff can, make you better, and get you to that next level and succeed. And they're not showing that. So we're almost back to the Sumlin era. And I know we've joked about that in the past, but it really feels that way. So I'm fully on to college basketball season for Arizona, and excited to see what Tommy Lloyd can do with the top 10 team in the country. That's where I'm at mentally, because I have no hope in this football staff or this football program. I think we're going to end up 5-7.
I was in with one of my clients in Tucson. I was in Tucson yesterday. I'll be in Tucson twice this week. Very excited about that. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, while we're on this topic, before I forget, I'm going to throw something out just to see if our cousin Tucker, who's coming this weekend, is listening. If you want to drive back to Phoenix after the game, shoot me the letters 74921 to confirm, and that means I can drink and you can drive my truck back. So that's just a little fun. We'll see if he,
to repeat,
if he's a listener and a CBK like he claims.
74921.
Yeah,
that's the code that Tucker has to text. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say, I was with one of my clients. He played at U of A, pretty involved with the alumni and boosters down there. And I was like, man, I just don't know. We were talking about it yesterday. I was like, it just sucks. Like, I really thought Brent Brennan would be better. And he was like, why? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, he hasn't ever won. Why would you think it'd be good? He was like, he won 1 year in the COVID season. He's like, look at he's never won. And I'm like, yeah,
we drink Kool-Aid, man.
It's a good point. I know we were in a rush to find a coach just at that time when Jed left.
Yep.
Hindsight's always 2020. We drank the Kool-Aid. Sure. He loves the place. It was cool to have a coach that loved Zona probably for the first time since Tommy. Like, I don't remember Tommy that much, but that was the beauty of it, is it all starts with caring and giving a shit, and he seems to care. But it is so bad, man. It's just a horribly coached team. And I called you after the game, and I was like, why does Fafita look so bad? And you were like, he went from an ex-NFL quarterback coach to a GA.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, yeah. So Nine pointed out that our QB coach was a GA last year at a Mountain West school, and now he's a QB coach. So maybe that explains the huge downfall of a Heisman contender to start the year. Yeah. And the last time we had a contender, we had a new coach. Someone ruined him. It's pretty interesting.
Yep.
We're just cursed.
So
if you need me to take one for the team, I'd rather 2-1-9 be happy if I just have to be miserable. Like, let's
talk about this more. I think there's something to that idea. Let's talk about it more.
You would do the same for me.
I would do the same for you as well. What's your prediction for the game? I already said I think we lose. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're going to lose 35-21.
Yeah.
We just probably can't get up. We won't be able to score.
I know. Yep. I know. All right. Well, I'm excited to be in Tucson, though. I'm excited to have boots on the ground, have a few libations with the boys, and then we golf the next day. It's going to be a great weekend. So we're going to enjoy Phoenix and the state of Arizona for all its glory. It's going to be great. I hope to make it to Dirtbags if we can. I always gotta go.
We should take Grandma there.
Oh, that would be something else.
After we grab breakfast with her Saturday, we just don't drop her off at home. We just go straight to Bags at 10 a.m.
That place can be probably rowdy. Homecoming.
Make her Uber back to her place.
Whew, that's an option. I like where your head's at. That's an option.
Could you imagine trying to convince her to get an Uber?
No. She'd be mortified. She'd be like, who's this man that's driving me?
It'd be like, how do I pay him?
Yeah. Does he take cash?
Yeah. Yeah, she would say a lot of other stuff I can't say in public, but I kind of want to mess with her. All right, I'm definitely going to fuck with her and do that.
Can't wait. I'll be there for the show. Do we want to jump into, so speaking of week 8, you want to jump into our free money plays of the week?
Yeah, I can't. This is my turnaround week. 0-3.
It's free money.
Free
It's
money.
free money, right?
Free money, not free money. Free money.
That's not.
Rutgers -4.5 against UCLA.
Love that bet. Love that bet.
UCLA shouldn't be a single-digit dog. Like, they should be double-digit dog or more in every game the rest of the year. They're horrid.
Why did I not have that one? Why did I not have that one?
Because you're not a CBK. You're just not a shark. 9 a.m.
All right.
too. There's like 4 better games on. No one's going to be watching.
Hey, Cole, I'm just throwing you on there. Jason just said I'm not a CBK. Who has clearly been a better gambler this year on this podcast? Just unbiased. Just speak to the data.
we talked about it earlier, but
Hey, you watch yourself. I pay your salary, Cole. You watch.
yeah.
your-
Well, listen, it was just what we,
You bet.
I'm gonna quote what was said earlier that you went 0 for 3, Jay, and Ty went.
That's a smart.
Fact data doesn't
Facts.
lie. Wait,
I'm
while we
quoting
have Cole.
Past.
That was
yeah.
politically. That was good. That was solid.
Yeah.
Wait, while we have Cole,
Not my words.
sorry we didn't bring him on. What's your prediction for CU Arizona?
Oh, I think we win. I do.
Colorado.
Yes, Colorado. I'm we as in CU.
Yeah.
Arizona's my second team. This is always a weird game, but I agree with you guys. Shador holds the ball way too long. When I was watching Kansas State, there was one play where he actually threw it, and there was a PI because of it, because he threw it to a guy, and I'm like, that's the opportunities you get when you pass, when you throw, and not take a sack. So I think he goes off. Travis is healthy; he'll play. Heisman.
I like that.
I think Jimmy Horn's back; he'll play, and our defense is
good.
playing. Jimmy Horn is good. I was upset. Omarion Miller, I think, we have so many good receivers. He I think broke his leg, so he's out for the year, unfortunately. But he's a stud. Yeah, I think we win. I like the 35-21. I do think we'll give up some points, but yeah,
What's CU's record?
we're 4-2.
Okay.
We're 3-3.
Yeah.
What's the
Oh,
The line is -3. Arizona.
Arizona.
we're favored?
You're favored.
Ugh.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
So here's the benefit of gambling. We know Arizona. Like, we just got to make this a year where we just make a shitload of money off of Arizona being bad and Vegas thinking we're good. This is a rare opportunity because Vegas still sees, one of the best receivers in the country. A guy threw for so many yards. Oh, a right tackle is probably going to get drafted in the first round. Oh, a corner. Because we're a middle tier Power 4 school, they don't realize that we're just actually ass. Straight ass. Not like a nice ass, like fucking
Yeah.
look
Like
at those
Dak
ass.
Prescott ass.
You look over at an ass and you're just like, that's not a good ass. That's where
Yeah.
we're at. Yeah.
Yeah.
You all know.
Taylor Swift
Yeah.
ass.
Someone who shouldn't be in Lulu's.
Taylor
You know what
Swift.
I'm saying.
Well, so a little history for you boys. Colorado.
Lulu's
holds
aren't for
the-
everyone. I think that is actually a public service announcement. Like, not everyone should wear Lulu's. Just want that out there. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
Well, not all men should wear gray sweatpants.
Agreed. Dude, at the Pods Dodgers game last week, JP and I, 3. What up, 3? Shout out. We walk into the bathroom. There's this Dodgers fan in a urinal. He's got these sweats on. Light gray on the outside and the inside in a perfect line, dark gray.
Sweat.
No, I was like, dude, did you piss yourself? We were down 8-0. I was looking for smoke. And he was like, you're like the third guy to ask me that today. No, I didn't. I'm like, bro, those pants look like you pissed your pants. And he's like, really? You think? I'm like, didn't you just say I'm the third dude to bring that up? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, don't wear those pants. And then this Padres fan comes up. He's like, bro, chill out. And I was calm. I was like, no, dude, I'm just like helping him out. Like, don't ever wear those again. Like, what are you doing? And you're surprised. Like, if you not look down, it looks like you literally pissed your pants, and you just couldn't get it. It was such a
incredible.
fascinating conversation.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I was going to go back to the CU Arizona game real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Arizona and Colorado have played a total of 26 times. Colorado holds the all-time lead 16-10. 16 wins for Colorado, 10 for Arizona. However, Arizona, since Colorado has moved into the Pac-12, Arizona's 9-5. So a lot of those wins were in the 60s and 50s. So just a bunch of white dudes like us playing. So I don't usually count that. So I think Arizona is a better football program than Colorado historically, just head to head. So
It's like UCLA's 11 national championships.
Who has national championships though?
You do. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said wait, real quick. You said national championships. There's no plural.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Words matter.
Regardless. Irregardless. Yeah.
And if you guys had video replay, you guys don't win the Natty that year.
Oh, I wasn't alive, so.
Well, you just brought it up as a point.
Yeah.
So now it's not a point because you weren't alive.
Banners fly forever.
Cole, I'm in an arguing mood right now, so let's ride. You guys got 5 downs. You guys got an extra down.
Here's a
CU is
crazy
probably
stat.
the team I root for second most. So
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
kind of joking
Hand up.
Washington,
Arizona is for me, so.
Washington was third. They're now last.
Same. Yeah, it's sad.
It is sad. Do you think, going back on the game, do you think Mr. October being the honorary captain is worth any points?
Yeah.
He was fun.
For no logical reason other than he owns Colorado.
Dude,
Absolutely dominates Colorado. Khalil Tate, shout out Khalil Tate, known as Mr. October.
We should get him on the pod.
He would do it.
What else does he do?
Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
he's an actor in the All American series on the CW.
Bro, I was thinking about that over the weekend. I don't know why. This is where my brain goes, just in misery. And I was thinking about Justin Flo. Dude, Justin Flo should go into acting. He would be the perfect like that dude in Longest Yard who had the McDoubles and he'd always pop his titties. He played football. Like he's a mix of like Rufio or not Rufio. Who's the guy from Captain Hook? He kind of looks. Justin Flo looks like rough. Remember
it's Rufio. It's Rufio. Hook with Robin Williams.
Yeah, he's kind of a mix of that guy and like Brock Lesnar or John Cena. It would be he should just go into Hollywood and just play like the bad boy opposing player in like a sports movie.
That's incredible.
He's a psychopath. I don't know why. Just play him. I just want to see him do shit. At least he'll do some fuck shit. Like I don't want to watch all the other guys. At least he's just gonna be borderline, like just not even borderline doing anything what he's supposed to be doing. But at least he's making stuff happen.
No, I'm with you. I'm surprised he hasn't got any defensive snaps. It's actually quite odd. Yeah, it's quite odd. So,
his coaching staff is just horrendous.
All right, one last stat for you all. So from 1931 to 1985, the Colorado Buffaloes played Arizona 12 times. Colorado went 12-0. Arizona didn't win a single game.
When?
Powerhouse.
1931 to 1985. So,
whoa,
what is that? I'm not a math guy here, but what is that? 54
like
years?
50-something years, yeah.
54 years. So 54 years, Arizona was 0-12 against Colorado. Since then, Arizona is 10-4.
What was the last time of the first period?
1931 to 1985, Colorado was 12-0. From 1986 to current day, Arizona is 10-4 against Colorado. I would argue that 86, if maybe we're nice and we just started at 80. That's when it really matters. So,
yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So, Keep that in the back of your mind. I do think Khalil Tate brings some sort of juice for no reason other than just pure vibes. Like he's just a vibe guy against Colorado. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I
so-
can't wait to see him.
Yeah, no. I hope he hangs out with us. I hope he's at Bags. I'll buy him a drink if he's at Bags.
Free drinks all night for Khalil Tate if you hang out with us. Seven's got you. Free drinks all day in Tucson.
I have the Sports
You wanna
Illustrated?
I have a card of his somewhere, a Sports Illustrated card.
It is so weird thinking about his electric whatever 16 campaign and then going to Sumlin, how eerily similar it feels to Fafita to this year in different ways, but they're different players, but like massive success and this like attention to nothing. Like,
Yep.
Did we sign
We're cursed.
a deal with the devil and Tuesday? Like, what did we do?
Well, signing a deal with the devil means we would actually, I think we'd be good. I think there's no deal with the devil. We might have rejected the devil. That might have been what happened in Tucson for both football and basketball. It's horrible. So
we're the 12 disciples of college football, is what you're saying. We've taken one for the team, given up. Okay, that's a good spin.
Yeah.
Right.
I like where your head's at there.
I'm down for anything at this point. We were in locks of the week, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. Cole, thank you.
I'll get out of here. Yeah.
I think we got through one pick, and then we went on a 10-minute.
Yeah, you said Rutgers minus 4.5. Okay, so let me go to my first pick. Similar to your vibe last week, I don't love this one.
Ooh.
Purdue plus 27.5 at
Oregon?
home against Oregon. Reasoning. Purdue's not good.
Kind of love it.
Friday night, crossing 2 time zones. They're coming off a high of a win against Ohio State. They're going to win, obviously, but I'm hoping it's a 24-point win. I'm thinking 38-14.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sprinkle on Purdue plus 27.5.
I like that for another reason, that Purdue somehow plays Ohio State well, like historically.
True.
Which
Good point.
Oregon and Ohio State are very similar to me from like a roster composition, style of play, like very, very similar.
Yep.
So I kind of love that bet. They're 1-5 though, bro. The only team they beat
suck.
is Indiana State.
Yeah, but I just won money on an 0-6 UTEP team, so I'm kind of riding the underdogs.
The only question I have, though, is you told me I should have trusted my gut last week. So why aren't you doing the same here if your gut's telling you otherwise?
It's fair. No, you're right. I might sit on this, but for now,
it's a lock. No. This is a lock. You can't sit on shit.
It's free money.
All right, so put in the bet.
I'm gonna. What's your second play?
Illinois plus 3.5 against Michigan.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm not very West Coast favorite with my bets this week. I don't really love the West Coast gambling lines. The matchups there's no history there. But I just don't think Michigan's good. It's at Illinois.
Yep.
And Illinois, I know they went to OT with Purdue after I just said they're garbage, but I just don't think Michigan's good. And I think Illinois' defense is good. And it's just going to be a low-scoring game. Like, I'll take 3.5 at home.
Yeah. No, I'm not against that. Your Rutgers play, I'm absolutely riding with. I don't know if I'm going to ride with this one, but I love the Rutgers play. My second free money play of the week is Texas Tech minus 6.5 versus Baylor. They're at home against Baylor. Baylor's crumbling. Texas Tech is pretty good. I think they win by a touchdown. So I'm not overthinking this one. As ball knowers of the West Coast, I think that Texas Tech takes care of business at home in that, newly renovated stadium and, pretty solid little team. So, yeah, that's my second play.
I like it. That's added to my card. Texas Tech, I don't think they're very good, but they have a good record.
What is Baylor?
Games.
Is Baylor good?
No, and that was the set you didn't let me finish, but
Sorry.
I was getting there.
Okay.
Going back and forth. The momentum is huge in football and like belief and confidence. Texas Tech could easily be 3-3, but they're not. And the longer you get in the season, and it's very simple. But the more confident you are, the less thinking, the more having fun, the better they are. And Baylor is the opposite of that right now. That might be a hammer play for your boy.
Yep.
I just was thinking after my last pick, just real quick tangent again. I want to track all my Big Ten bets over the last couple of years versus everything else. I think Big Ten might be the easiest gambling conference in the country.
You can go track that. I mean, you'll have to do some digging, set aside some time for it, but you can track that. You can go look in your app.
I might look into that. I just think that like there are matchups that always like the results always the same. Like I mentioned it with Iowa, Ohio State. Like they always.
And speaking Big Ten, Cole dropped us a stat in chat. Purdue has 3 wins over top 3 opponents in the last 5 years.
So love your bet.
Go back to my bet. If you're going to give them 27.5 at home on a Friday night, people are going to be rocking. Oregon's coming to town, top 3. I'm not saying they're winning, but 27.5 is a lot of points. Give me Purdue. Let's ride it. Let's see what happens.
I think the Friday night game makes that even more compelling because that is hard.
Well, and I think
a physical ass game against Ohio
that's what I was just about to say. That game was brutal. Like it was a great game, a lot of emotion. They exuded a ton. They're due for a letdown. Again, not saying they're gonna lose, but they're due for a letdown. They're due for like a grinded out game in West Lafayette, Indiana on Friday night, 2 time zones away.
Yeah.
Did you give us your third lock?
My third lock is KU Houston or KU -5 versus Houston. Bad teams that were supposed to be good that are playing really bad teams are going to try and kick the shit out of really bad teams to convince themselves that they actually are good.
Love that. Love that logic. That was on my list. It wasn't going to be shared on this. I think I'm going to sprinkle on that. Are you worried at all about a KU like letdown? Like they're kind of giving up. All these guys have these expectations of winning the Big 12. Are you worried about that at all?
No, because I know how fun partying was at a D3 school after a win. Can only imagine at a D1 school, and they know that.
Great point.
They know that they're supposed to win this game, and that at least this weekend's going to be epic. Girls are going to be more talkative. Coach is going to be a little bit more lenient with Sunday walkthrough and film, and they're going to be playing for that at home.
Okay. I love that logic. Okay. I love it. All right. My last one, we touched on this game a little bit earlier. I'm going to ride IU until they prove me otherwise. I'm going Indiana -6.5 at home against Nebraska. I think Indiana is going to have that crowd rocking. That coach might be the most underrated coach in America. You reminded me last week or a couple weeks ago. Google me. I love this guy.
What's your recruiting pitch to recruits to come to Bloomington? I win.
Kurt Kignetti. Thank you, Cole.
Google
Kurt
me.
Kignetti. Google me. Did you see him on the McAfee show this week?
Everything. I love this guy.
He goes, the question to him was, how do you handle like the time zone and going to LA? Do you get there on Thursday? What's your thought process in preparing for a far travel day? He's like, it's a great question. This was his words. He's like, great question. Our staff guys, our weight guys, our strength guys, our ops guys, they're all like, hey, we'll get there on Thursday. Here's how they'll recover from the long flight, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, guys, that's not what we're doing. I like to fly in as late as possible, get something to eat, wake up, go to the game, play the game, get back home. I don't need to be there for a long time. And then he goes, that's what we did. Got in at 8 p.m. Friday night to LA. They play the UCLA. Got in at 8 p.m., fed the boys a little bit of something. Then in the morning, had a quick meeting, went to the stadium, kicked their ass, and we went home. Electric human being. Electric human being. The dude rocks, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And as folks born, me and you, born in the state of Indiana.
Yeah.
Give me Indiana as my Big Ten team. Give me
I
Indiana.
think I'm adding all 3 of your picks to my big board.
I'm hot. Be smart of you.
Be careful with comments like that, 9.
Nope.
House humility.
I just won UTEP money line against Florida International on a Wednesday night. You think I'm going to be humble?
Yeah. No.
No.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I'm going to take 2 of your 3 though. I'm going to take Rutgers -4, and I'm going to take Kansas -5.5 against Houston.
I like it. Well, a lot of good ball this weekend. A lot of fun. Regardless of the Wildcats, we're going to be together with the boys, spending some time this weekend.
It'd be awesome.
Going to a game, golfing. I'm excited. Lastly, before we leave all you beautiful people onto the rest of your day, Brothers of the Week, sponsored by Dude Wipes. Find a dude near you. I want to shout out Shador and Deion Sanders Jr., giving credit and tip of the cap to our opponents this weekend. And, it's cool to see 2 brothers really involved with the Colorado football program, adding a lot of value and, really leading to success. They've gotten better each week. So I just want to recognize the 2 sons of Deion Sanders, Jr. and Shador.
Right. Just those 2. Yep.
Just those two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Shador Sanders, he might hold the ball a little bit too long, but he looks out for his brothers. Last week, he pushed his buddy into the end zone, little tush push. Yeah. He's a team player. I know Junior is doing a lot from a social media and marketing agency perspective. So doing a lot of great things for the Sanders family overall.
He really walked so Shador could run, like a good older brother. He's just taught him how to handle the pressure as an esteemed SMU wide receiver in his day. Shador wouldn't be here in this position, be a top 5 draft pick without his one brother, Deion Sanders Jr.
Yep.
So,
Shiloh, you suck. You suck.
No one likes you, Shiloh.
You're a rat, and you're not good at football.
Yeah.
Find me. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find. Shiloh, come at me, boy. Come on, man. You trash. I'll teach you how to tackle.
If you hear this on your back plate, put a piece of athletic tape and write 9's CBK Twitter profile. What is it? Ty Sny
9_CBK.
Yeah, put that on your back plate so you know we're here.
Put it on your locker and look at it every day. Stare at it. Get angry.
And if you want to drink with us afterwards, free drinks for you too, because that would be fun.
Yeah, I'll pay for your drinks.
Yeah,
if you want to hang out,
we're a good hang.
Yeah,
we're a good hang.
I don't think you're good at football, but like,
I still think you're a rat. But
yeah,
I'll tell that to your face. We'll shake it off and we'll be boys.
Yeah, you're a dirty football player.
And if you want to hold a vendetta, that's on you at that point.
And you have great teeth, Shiloh.
You do so much shit to warrant shit talk that, like, if you can't handle a little bit of banter from 2 suburban North County San Diego boys that work at a queue all day, then you're fucking solid. And our point is proven. So,
and we're also being nice. I think your teeth are fantastic. You're a very handsome young man. You just suck at football, and you think you're really good, and you're dirty. You're dirty.
Yeah. Your own fans don't even like you, actually, by the way. Been talking to a lot of my CU buddies, and they all want him gone. So
confirmed.
Just think about that. I love you.
Yeah, a couple of final thoughts. I think we got to do our Choose Your Scott of the Week. Seven, you ready to do it?
Right. We almost forgot. Can't forget the Scots.
We won't. We can't forget the Scots.
Segment.
Arguably our most enjoyable and entertaining segment here is Choose Your Scots. So let's flash up our Choose Our Scots of the Week and talk through it here. All right. So I'll start real quick.
What was your Scots last week?
So my Scots last week were, you put me on the spot. I like this.
Mine were UCLA was Larry, same. Boise State, Michael, Genty's electric. in Miami, I think had a bye, so that's why I picked it.
Yep. And then we had a good argument about Miami because they were my team is dead. Even though they're undefeated, I think they're dead. They're fraudulent frauds like Larry Scott, just frauds like Larry Scott.
Yeah.
Then I had Indiana, which team is fun, and we talked a lot about on the podcast today. Big fans of Indiana. And then I said team is elite is Oregon, and I think I was right on that last week. Yep.
I followed suit. You're staying consistent. Looking at our Scots of the week for week 7 here today, we both picked Oregon. I think that's a fair pick. I think Texas, if they would have played, one of us might have them if they'd done business. But Oregon can compete. They can beat anyone in the country.
Yeah, no doubt. They have the talent. They have the QB. They have the coaching staff who's really creative. I'm a big fan of watching Oregon play football this year. They're a fun team, and I hope they don't choke like they have in the past. I hope they actually make a good run in the playoff. I'll be rooting for them. I really will.
I hope they win it all at this point. They're the team I'm rooting for to win it all now. Like I don't hate Oregon, never have. Bummed we're not in the same conference. They've kind of been the staple for the West Coast for the last 15 years. And by me staple, like our only shot. Like
Yeah. It's the Arizona basketball equivalent for the West Coast. That's what Oregon is. Oregon in football has put the West Coast to shame because they've been so close and can't do it. Arizona basketball has been similar boat. All the NBA guys you want, all the teams that you need to do.
Oregon for football. Yeah, dude, that's a great analogy.
Yep. Arizona basketball is the Oregon football for the West Coast. So they're good though. They're fun to watch, and I definitely think they're elite. When I look at teams,
remember that for betting reasons in college basketball, when Arizona has its first new Big 12 matchup at home, hammer that. If we're saying Oregon is like Arizona, let's just, if it rhymes, let's just ride with it. So like the first Kansas game or Houston game at home, everyone's going to be – they were dogs for the first time in like 10 years at home. We could be dogs. And we'll just remind that we're the Oregon of the West Coast for basketball. We make a lot of money. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Great plug. When I look at my Larry Scott team is dead of the week, it's USC. I think that's clear. I lost money because I bet on the money line. I believed in Lincoln Riley. Last week, I was like, Lincoln Riley's going to show up against Penn State. They crumbled. They were leading most of the game. They didn't know how to defend a tight end, apparently. They're dead. They are fraudulent. They have a good win against LSU, and then they are just running into the Big Ten, and they don't know how to compete with that size or that style of play. I don't know what it is, but they're dead.
I don't think it's the size, man. I think it's the coaching. Like, I don't think he's a good coach. Like, at halftime, you make adjustments. You were kind of whooping their ass. They come out and make adjustments that he was never able to adjust to. And I know you're the offense guy. You're running the CEO mindset, offense, defense. It is your job. Like, you are responsible. And – like, I just think he's a bad coach. He's kind of a fraud.
It's hard for me to say that when he had 6 starting quarterbacks in the NFL on Sunday. That's the only thing where I can't say he's a fraud. He's a good offensive mind. I don't think he's
a fraud as a head coach, though.
That's fair. That's fair.
What his job is and has been.
No, yeah. It's fair.
He should be an OC maybe, but like he clearly lacked something to win games, like in big games. That would have been a massive win. They probably still would have been out of the playoff with their losses
in the
already.
Playoff.
Wait, did they have one or 2 losses before that?
They had 2, but like I don't think they would have been out of it.
But they would have had to run the table, and they wouldn't have run the table with Ohio or whatever their schedule is.
That's fair. I mean, they're 3-3 now.
Dude, their schedule is actually easy as shit. Maryland, Rutgers, Washington, Nebraska, UCLA, Notre Dame. They could have ran the table. Damn.
Yeah.
But like he just blew it. They were dominating that game. He's just not a good coach. Yeah. So I love that pick. I'm going similarly with Oklahoma, his former school. That something is just broken there. I told you to bet on Oklahoma because I thought it was just rivalry.
I didn't listen to you.
Good, by the way. Good. I did. That was unfortunate. That's why I don't listen to myself. But they got problems, man. I think what's his name stayed at DC at Clemson for a while because he knew he might not be a head coach. And that's okay. That self-awareness is okay. Not everyone is built to be.
Know your role.
Know your role.
Yeah,
Know your role. Top or bottom, know your role.
that's right. My team is fun. I didn't put a logo on there. I don't think they deserved one. But is Team Up North there in Arizona. I have to give credit where credit's due. They're a fun team. They took care of Utah. They're one loss on the year now. They're still in the hunt for the Big 12 title. That Scadaboo kid, I'm so jealous he's not an Arizona Wildcat. Not that we ever had a shot or anything. I'm not saying that. He's just an awesome football player. He's an awesome football player. He's an awesome football player. So they're fun, man. I enjoy watching them. I hope they lose, but I enjoy watching what they do. Dillingham is an awesome coach. I am jealous that he's not in Tucson. He loves his program. I wish we were Dillingham, 7. I wish we were. He never played football. He went to ASU. He just loves the program. He's never going to leave. Why couldn't that have been us? Why can't it be us?
Let's do it.
Old.
I mean, at this point, if you're the AD at Arizona, you look back at the last 20 years, you might as well take a chance on guys that love ball, love Arizona ball, and are willing to put their pride away in what they believe football-wise to be a good coach. And that's what our bad coaches at Arizona have done. From Makovic to Stoops, what made him bad, what got him – or not bad, but what got him out of there, what got Rich Rod out. They were just too prideful. What got Sean Miller out. Do you know who want Arizona to win?
Do you know who wants the Arizona coaching job?
You muted yourself. Right in your punchline, you muted yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Do you know who wants the Arizona head coaching job? Antoine Cason.
Really?
Yeah. Give it to him. Why not? At this point, you have nothing to lose. Get a guy that's maybe not even 40.
How do you know that?
Dude, a couple years ago, he tweeted a video of his he was like, I want this job. I think it was the Jed hire. He wanted this job. It was on Twitter. I'm not some special. He wanted this job. He loves Arizona football. He loves the university. So, yeah, he's only been
if you could pick one of our coaches since Tomey to coach the team right now, who would it be?
One of the head coaches?
Yeah, if you could bring back one of the 7 coaches since Tomey, 2001, whatever that was, who would you pick? For a program, to start the program over.
Mike Stoops.
Same.
Do you know what that facility and that university, the athletic department was like when he was there? They didn't have Lowell Stevens. They had nothing. And he was pulling in NFL guys. I know it was before NIL and all that. He was able to recruit. He had an amazing staff. I think he has 3 or 4 guys that are OCs or head coaches now still.
Just
anyway,
tough
not
teams,
to
no bullshit teams. They're just teams that just want. I just think that's interesting because I have the same answer, and I would be curious to know. Maybe we put a poll out to see what other Arizona fans would pick. We got rid of him. It's kind of like the Bo Pelini. Nebraska was not good with 9 wins, so they got rid of him. We weren't good with 7 wins a year, which in hindsight, and in my conversation yesterday with that client I was telling you about, it's Tucson's probably good with 7 average wins a year.
Absolutely.
And some years you're going to have 10, some years you might have 5 or 6, but a solid season, we can beat anyone and we can lose anyone. And that's Arizona football. We're all good with that.
Yep. All right, that's enough dreaming. Kansas State team is fun.
I just think K-State's fun. I love the compilation video of Shiloh Sanders missing all those tackles. And that was pretty much why I said they were fun, because there's literally a minute and a half video of just him being juked out by K-State guys. And I was like, that's fun. I enjoyed that. So I don't know. I don't think K-State still has a chance to the Big 12 title. They do.
Oh, yeah.
1 loss, very much in it. A lot of talent. Edwards is electric, and Gatz, whatever, their starting running back, 31. That 1-2 punch and they have a third guy, I think. Like
Avery's pretty good too.
Yeah, he's getting better. It's just a good program, man. So I think they're fun, man. So
no, that's good.
That's my last one. But
all right. Well, that was those are our Scots of the week. Any final thoughts now? Final thoughts, Seven?
No. Would never miss the Scots of the week. That's not something we would do. I'm glad we were able to end on that. I'm good. Bear down. Let's have fun this weekend. Stoked to see you,
That's
brother.
Right. Yeah, can't wait, man. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to the podcast with your boys, Ty99 and Jay Sny7. We love y'all. Have a good week. Peace.